Hello everybody and welcome along to Mundo GT Super Competición de Escuderías. This is the English live stream here with your English commentary team, bringing you the live action here from Fuji Speedway, the Group 3 cars here on Gran Turismo Sport. My name is Kieran and joining me in the commentary box is Mundo GT favourite. Been with them for a decade now, haven't you, Fonso? Good to have you along with me today as well.
Hi Kieran, hi everyone, and this is it. Here we are in Fuji, a very nice track, and this is the very last race of the season where everything is going to be decided and we are going to enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw some great action yesterday. We're hoping for more of the same, Fonso. We had the Mini Coopers yesterday. We had some McLaren Vision cars after that, which did cause some controversy later on. Fonso, if you want to just give us a run through of the penalties that sort of happened yesterday, because there were quite a few of them handed out.
Well, to summarize, spoiler alert, there is almost no changes in the main classification, in the general overall standings. So I know that it was a very difficult situation for the steward because there was a lot of action to the limit. Also, more than 30 claims, more than 30 reclamations of the teams. So a lot of work this afternoon for the stewards. And now everything is possible between Euromasters and Williams. They are the two teams to dispute the gold, the P1. So we're going to see what happens.
Absolutely, and that is our race tonight here. We have the final round of it at Fuji Speedway, 28 laps around the track in Group 3 cars with balance of power on. We've also got 7 times tyre wear, we've also got 5 times fuel use, so we're expecting pit stops here tonight. But the important thing is, whereas last night the tyres were locked to a certain tyre, this time, tonight, Fonso, you can use any tyre you like, as long as it's the race tyre, is that right?
Well, it's almost right. The thing is that the rule is that all the teams, all the driver has to use all the type of tires. They have to use the hard one, the soft one, and the medium one at least one lap. They can use it whatever they want, but at least one time all the tire of the kind of tires.
So there's going to be a huge amount of strategy involved in that one. When do you use the hard tyres? When do you use the mediums? And when do you use the softs? We're seeing out here cars just on their qualifying at the moment. 10 minutes of qualifying, and then we will bring you the 28-lap race here at Fuji Speedway. Just grab yourself a drink because this is the results leading up to this one.
Yeah, this is in the regular stage, the previous stage of the competition when they were 14 teams, and now the presentation of the drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got the first two in the Williams. We've got Patrick Blajan, and we've also got Coque Lopez. Obviously, if you tuned in last night, you'll recognise Lopez there. He'll be wanting to have a better race this time around, although I think, actually, they've had a last-minute change because that's a B racer here from last night. So I wonder if that's a last-minute change. That's actually Gallo in that car then.
Yeah, Coque is going to be anger of victory. He was unlucky last night, but today is another race. And his teammate Patrick Blasang, Fubaros, is another very good FIA GT driver. Is from Hungarian, so a very couple to be fear of.
Yeah, I wonder actually, because that's B Racer. That's actually Gaio, who we saw last night. I wonder if that's just a last-minute change there, Fonso. But anyway, we'll move on to Euromaster. This is the team to beat. We've got, I assume that's Juan Manuel Rios, and we've also got Nicolas Romero in the cars here tonight. And, well, really, they're in pole position to win the whole thing, aren't they, Fonso?
Yeah, if somebody missed the race last night, they have a very tricky start. Nicolas Romero and Coque Lopez, they are going to see each other now again in the track. And be careful also with Lolo Rios, that is a very talented driver also, with a lot of Grand Chalems in his historic.
We've got UCAM Universidad, we've got Eric Cases, and we've also got Joaquin Jimenez. So they'll be hoping for a better display here. They're looking for that third place. They had a great race in the McLaren Vision cars last time out, so they'll be hoping to wrap up third place, Fonso.
Yeah, these two drivers also very young, very talented. Joaquin from Sevilla has a very tricky race with the Mini Cooper, and Eric Cases is another outstanding driver.
And in the R70 team, we've got Lars Schrenstra.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's Holland. I don't know, man.
And we've also got Paul Urra in the second car as well for R70. They'll be hoping for a better display here tonight, Fonso.
Yeah, we can call the Holland driver from R70, R70, Larsito. It's easy for us, Larsito. And again, Paul Urra, the most young driver in the grid.
Absolutely. Then in the offset team, the Portuguese team, as you said last night, there's only two drivers in this team, so it's Eduardo Simoes and Carlos Salazar. We'll get very familiar with those two over the course of the last 2 days, and they're here lining up for another round, and they're also in the chase for third place.
Yeah, they are behind Williams and Euromaster, but like you said, they are ahead for the third position. The podium is also the goal for them, so let's see what the Portuguese are doing tonight.
TRZ, Team Rathingers, we've got Ruben Arroyo and Danny Camacho in the two cars, hoping to make some ground up here in that battle for the midfield. Yeah,
the first appears in this final, Ruben Arroyo, Rubinho. Danny Camacho, we can watch him last night, so Terreseta also in the road for the third position. And XGR, who want to improve on last night, they're lining up with Manuel Perez and Gutierrez there. I believe that's Martin Gutierrez. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alfonso. But yeah, they'll be hoping for a better display, especially here today. Yeah, I'm surprised with your Spanish getting better and better, improving race after race. So I would like to share more races with you, Kiran. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind, in fact. But hopefully we get more action. I'll tell you what, though, Fonzo, it's a great way to just jump into Spanish. But we've also got the standings here. As you can see, Euromaster at the top of the table on 80 points, Williams on 50, Offset on 30 points, and then it's UCAM, R70, TRZ, and then XGR, only with the single point. So if they can get any points on the board here tonight, or any more points, Fonzo, that would be excellent for them. But with that double points, just take us through quite quickly what the how can Williams win it? How can Euromaster win it? Maybe Euromaster with P2 and P4 are the winners of this competition, but important reminder, the value of the points of this race tonight is the double from yesterday, because this race is going to be also with the more time, 45 minutes race in laps. And also another thing we didn't mention it is that the drivers has a setup in their cars. This is a race for the engineering. It's also a very important part of every team, every escuderia. So let's see what the drivers are doing at the job of the work of the engineers. Absolutely, and remember there is a balance of power on to try and level out the playing field a little bit, but there you can see Romero is at the top of the standings. I believe that is Gaio, 0.08 of a second behind one of the Euromasters cars, and for now, if the race were to finish like that, 45 minutes later into the race, that could be Euromaster wrapping it up, unofficially of course, because we'll have to go through the proceedings. The two Williams cars occupying second and third at the moment. Yeah, and we are watching also the cars that the drivers and the teams choose, because they can choose every car in the Group 3 group, and the most choice was the Hyundai Genesis, also one Aston Martin for Joaquin, and Corvette for Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
well, also another Aston Martin for Dani Camacho, but Hyundai gets the win for the choosing.
Yeah, look how many Genesis there are in that lobby as well. So it's a very popular car as we head into Group 3. And we have just under 2 minutes to go in the qualifying session. But as you can see, it's pretty close throughout the entire field. I think that the 14 drivers here are covered by just over a second. So
wow.
that's incredibly close between the field.
Yeah, it's incredibly close. And also knowing that the setting is open. When the setting is open... usually there are a lot of more difference between the drivers, but tonight is not the case.
Yeah, they have the setups, but they've also got to take in mind that balance of performance. So it's the idea is that it tries to level the playing field as much as possible. So if your car is better in a straight line, then you might carry more ballast and so on and so forth to try and get that adjustment right. It's obviously it's not perfect, Fonso, but it tries to bring the cars as close together as possible.
Yeah, but every little difference becomes a main big difference, because the quality, the level of this driver is very similar, and the very little thing marks the difference.
Yeah, and just to bring you up to speed on the graphics there, obviously it will be the Spanish version of Gran Turismo. So the tyres that they're on, obviously the red will be the soft tyres, the yellow will be the medium, and the greens will be the hard tyres. So that's just a guide for that one, just to keep you up to date on those tyres. We will, of course, I'm sure, Fonso, keep you up to date of what tyres these drivers eventually go onto, but we'll be seeing plenty of colours beside their name, because they've got to use all the tyres in the race.
We are going to try to inform all the audience, the spectators of the type of the tires of the drivers, but Kieran, let's face it's gonna be a very crazy race between the stints, because in one time we are not going to know what is the right position of every driver because of the different strategies.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the moment, we're heading into the final lap of qualifying here. There's less than a minute on the clock, and you can see here there's lots of cars packed together. Obviously, we've got a really, really long straight now towards that start-finish line. This is where you want that little bit of slipstream from the car ahead to get yourself to that start-finish line. Let's see then, as all these drivers, look at them, just swifting and pretty much going where the slipstream is, going across the line. That is a Williams. It's a Williams 1-2. Look at that. That was a great lap from them in the end to grab himself that front row lockout. But it is Lopez on the pole position there, and then it is Gallo in second place. It's Romero in third, and that is, I believe, that's one of the Portuguese cars. That's I'm trying to go through, but I don't see. That's Salazar there in fourth place. So that was a great performance from the offset car. But you can see there, you've got the European car of Loro Rios there, who I believe that is going to be Juan Manuel Rios there in that car. So that is your qualifying times there. And it is a Williams 1-2, so that's exactly what they needed there, Fonso.
That's right, it's the result they need to win this Super Competición de Escuderías. And now we are going to watch this amazing start, because the first turn of Fuji is very creepy.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be very tight through there, but we're ready to get underway any moment now here for the 28 laps here at Fuji. And the lights are coming on at the top of your screen. It is 5 red lights.
Green, green, green.
We are underway, and what are the starts like? Lots of wheel spin from all of the drivers there, but can they get away cleanly down towards turn one? You can see both the Williams cars there pretty much in formation as they make their way to the first braking zone of this long 28-lap race. Getting their way through now, the Williams boys do not want to be making contact this early on, but this time around, both the Williams are leading the way as they make their way now down towards the next series of corners. We've got one of the offset cars there, trying to go side by side there with one of the Euromaster cars, and that was Rios there, getting that position up there. So that's important. That's what he needed to do, with the offset car now dropping down the field, down to 6th place there. You've got Manuel Perez there trying to get the pressure on, but there you can see it is Lopez leading the way in that Williams car, ahead of his teammate in the Italian driver of the other Williams driver, but of Gallo, that's the one I was trying to think of. But a really good start from the Williams cars. That's exactly what they needed. They need to keep their heads down now, though.
Yeah, and we have in the bad side bad news from Terraceta, Team Racing Zeta, because one driver is out. So only one driver in the track for Terraceta is gonna be very difficult to get the podium, almost impossible.
Yeah, absolutely. So they were down to 13 runners before the race even started. That is unfortunate, but we carry on with the field that we do have, and the Williams are just trying to get away as much as possible. You're watching there, Casses, that is Eti Karting there in 4th place, trying to put some pressure on the Euromaster car of Romero ahead of him. Obviously, we saw Romero just about pip all the other cars in that McLaren Vision race last night, just about 8/10 clear. But as we exit the first lap and enter the second lap, it is still a Williams 1-2, and that is exactly what they need. Looking on board now, you've got Rios here trying to make a move. He thinks about it. Now he's going for a move. Is he down the inside? But the door was quickly shut there by Casses, who says, no way, I'm staying ahead for now. That's not what Rios needs. He needs to get that position.
Yeah, bad start for Carlos Salazar from offset. He loses the P4 with Lolo Rios and Eti Karting, Eric Casses. Eric Casses is a very good driver, and Lolo Rios is also. So Lolo Rios now has the key for Euromaster, because Williams is hurrying up.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to get past. The Euromaster cars need to get up the field as best as they possibly can. They may be leading this one, but as you said, double points will mean the difference. And if Williams can stay 1 and 2, they're in firm control of this one. And just keeping formation at the moment is Lopez making his way through. Gallo in 2nd place. And of course, we've got Romero there in 3rd right now. We've got Casses in 4th with Rios in 5th. That's Salazar there in 6th place, with Perez there in 7th place. Urra is in 8th place, but he's under pressure from Simaues there in 9th. We've got Lacito there in 10th place. That's Shenstra. I'll try and say it, but we've got one of the offset cars here. Here's Simaues trying to make a move up the inside of Urra, and I think Urra actually got a little bit upset with the car there because it wasn't comfortable, that one, and that has handed Simaues a nice position there. Urra, though, has that little bit of slipstream down this long start-finish straight. You've got the rest of the field then piling their way through, and it is Danny Camacho is the only other TRZ car in this race. So that means we have lost Arroyo in that one, but we've got a car making a diving move up the inside there. That's one of the Euromaster cars trying to go up the inside. It is Rios who manages to get 4th place away. Up into turn 1 he goes, and he now gets ahead there, gets a flash of the headlights there from Castes. He was not happy with that one.
Yeah, for sure, because you can also, Euromaster is a battle fighting for the win, but also you can is in the battle for the 3rd place with offset, very important movement with Salazar and Eric Casses, and we watch the replay.
Absolutely, here goes Rios then, so he's looking for it, and it's a very late call. He's up the inside though, and I think, well, it was aggressive, but he was allowed to be up there, to be honest with you. He was side by side with Casses. It was a late decision from Rios there, but he's got the move done, and more importantly, he's now up to 4th place, which is going to be crucial for Euromaster.
I understand that Eric Casses is not very happy with that move, very aggressive from Lolo Rios, so the race is served.
Yeah, well, we'll have to carry on with what we see right now, and of course Cassis, that could be in the danger zone of him trying to make a move now in the next corner, so he's just got to keep his cool and try and get a move back on the Euromaster car, if that's at all possible. But he's got to remember that he's got one of the offset cars behind him in Salazar, so he's got to be careful about whatever move he makes then. We're about to enter the 4th lap here, and it is still a Williams 1-2, but, well, Euromaster are not letting them get away. It's as simple as that. Is Gallo here going to have a move down towards turn 1? Are they going to switch positions? You bet they are. And now Lopez there has to do some defending now in towards turn 1 as they try and let each other through. I think that might have been a bit of team orders there on Williams' part.
Yeah, Williams have to keep the position, and now also they have to think about the consume of the fuel, the tires. Maybe it want to be a key for this race. And also watch.
Here goes Romero around the outside. He's trying to make it move around the long left-hander there. All this contact between the two of them there as Romero goes into the side there of Lopez. He's just about got away with that one, but I think here the plan is for Lopez to try and frustrate these Euromaster cars as much as he possibly can to try and allow Gallo to go through as we now head into that very tight section there. It's almost going to be 3 wide going through there. One of the UCAM cars trying to make his way through. That is Cassis, who's trying to get back past Rios there after that turn 1 move. He's up the inside through that last couple of corners. He's actually got the move done then. Then we've got the Euromaster car making contact with the offset car of, I believe that was Salazar. But Salazar's now got to move up, and in the blink of an eye, Rios has gone from 4th place down to 6th.
Good news from Williams. Cases made some justice in the track, and Lolo Rios get 2 positions down. And also, watch with that, with the main strain of Fuji.
And it's such a long straight here. You can see they're still side by side as we make our way now down towards turn 1. You've got plenty of time to pick up your braking zone here. And you see then the Williams car going all the way to the left-hand side of your screen, having the inside line. But here comes Cassis then in the middle of the sandwich here, trying to make a move done here. It's really tight and close racing right now, and somehow Lopez is still ahead of them all, and now Cassis is now up to 3rd place with Romero now down to 4th place. We've got that is the car there of Salazar now in 5th, and then it's Rios in 6th, and this battle for 2nd place involving 5 cars is really reaching boiling point at this point.
Yeah, this is not a race, this is a long train with 5 cars. Crazy.
We got slow down penalty, I believe that is for Rios. He's got 4 tenths to lose at this moment, so he'll have to back off at some point. That could be an invitation for Simaues to really get himself in this battle. You've also got the car behind of Manuel Perez for XGR, who could fancy himself in joining this battle. The problem is, if these cars still keep battling for 2nd place, then it's just going to invite more and more drivers into this battle because they're going to be losing that much time.
Yeah, I can tell you that the top 7, they are all of them with the racing soft tires in the same condition.
That would explain why they're so quick here, but the only problem is that if you're all on the same tyre, you can sort of shoot yourself in the foot there in terms of strategy, but that's just allowing Gallo to get away. Look at that now, almost 3 seconds clear of anybody else now, as that is Romero. He's diving into the pits, very early pit stop on lap number 5 there, so that is going to be a pit stop for the Spaniard then, maybe to go on a new set of tyres. We'll have to see which tyres he re-emerges on as he makes that first pit stop, but I believe he's one of the first to make a pit stop in this race, at least the first of the front runners.
Yes, Nico Romero searching for the undercut, and the driver with the medium tires is from Shogun, Manu Barbantes, is the very best position with a driver with this kind of tires, the medium.
Yeah, absolutely. If he's on the medium tyres right now and he's keeping up with the top
Larcitus
6,
with the soft one.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that would have been a huge strategic masterclass if he had that, because then he's got the soft tyres to use later on. But there you can see is Lopez just about in 2nd place. He's going to try and start building the gap between himself and Cassis. It's just under half a second right now, but the gap between himself and the leader is just about 2 seconds. And that is Rios there getting a move done on Salazar once again. That's going to be a battle that's probably going to last the entire race. I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm delightful with the strategy of the movement right now for Offset, because they are going to win the 3rd position if the race ends like this. So let's see.
Absolutely. There you can see the Dutchman of Schenstra, Lars Schenstra. Try and say that 10 times quickly. I'm struggling, but I'm determined. I am determined. Martin Gutierrez there in 9th place, and that is Danny Camacho under pressure now from the freshly stopped Romero. Who's this in the pits? That's Gallo into the pits. So lots of 2 people diving into the pits then. Is this going to be a chance for Romero to gain some positions as he makes his way down the start-finish straight? And there's the car emerging. I believe that's his teammate there coming out of the pits as we make our way now down towards turn 1. Oh, it's going to be tight there in towards turn 1 as he just about got ahead of Lopez there. They're still side by side. And Camacho's getting involved as well as we make our way now on towards turn 3. The Williams car just about defending that position, but he made that a very, very tight call, and Lopez just about stays ahead of Romero, and that is Camacho there, who's yet to stop in this race so far, just trying to punch his weight here with these two.
Unbelievable. I can't speak my mind at what I'm seeing right now.
Here comes Cases then. He's on fresh tyres, remember, compared to Camacho, who's yet to make one of his, two mandatory stops, if you like. But you can see there, that is Salazar trying to close in as well. You got a huge diving move then from Simaues on Lacito there, and that is Simaues getting the move done there. I think Shenstra still has to pit at least in this race, so that's why he might be struggling for wear at this moment, or at least for pace right now. That's Gallo in the lead, and that is Manuel Perez in second place, but I believe he's yet to make a stop in this race so far. That's why he's so close to the Williams there, and you can see that he's really struggling for rear end grip coming out of that final corner, and I wonder if he'll dive into the pits, which he will. Yep, he's committed to the pit lane entry line, so he will be pitting in to put on a fresh set of tyres. I believe that is Martin Gutierrez making his way in as well, and I think Camacho will be following him in as well. Meanwhile then, this is going to be the battle for third place now between Lopez and Romero as they make their way now down towards turn 1. You can see the Williams car defending hard in towards turn 1. I wonder what the result of that one was. Simao is there trying to keep the car under wraps there. Gallo is in the lead of this race. Rios then is in second place, so he did get the jump on all of them there, as Lopez there is now in third place. It's Romero in fourth, with Casas there in fifth. You've also got the car of Salazar in sixth, with his teammate Simaues not far behind, and once again the top 7 not going anywhere.
What a battle awaits for us, for the drivers, till the end. And some replay.
We have the replay here. So this is
when Koke... Wow, unbelievable.
There was contact between himself and Romero, but he got a little bit loose on the exit there. Then it almost became 3 wide with Camacho on the right and Romero on the left, and somehow they managed to stay out of each other's way there. But yeah, it was a bit of an aggressive move in towards turn 1 from the exit of the pit lane there. I wonder if that's going to be looked at later on, Fonso.
Yeah, now Nico Romero is in problem because he has behind the UCAN driver, Eric Cases, that is also very, very fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the choices of the Aston Martin is not a very good choice, because the driver with this car is on the bottom of the grid. So Hyundai is winning for sure.
And here comes Salazar then, he's right in the slipstream of Cases, who's right in the slipstream of Romero, who's making a move on Lopez there, as we make our way now down towards turn 1. Romero has the outside line, Lopez has the inside line. They come together again as they make their way through. Lopez just about staying ahead there, with Romero in 4th place, Cases still in 5th, with Salazar there still in 6th place. And Simao, as you can see in that rear view mirror, not far behind either. This has become a battle for third place, and Rios here is just trying to drive away and is trying to close in on Gallo as well. Watch on with Salazar here as he's really close. You've got Cases trying to make a move now in towards turn 6 and 7 here. Couldn't quite make that one stick at the moment. Maybe just a little bit too eager on the brakes there to try and get that move done. But I wonder what's going to happen between Salazar and Simao. Obviously they've got a similar amount of pace as we're still making away now down towards that tight Dunlop section, in towards turns 10, 11 and 12. You can see there Salazar trying to make a move on Cases. He's now on the outside as we head up the hill in towards turn 13. Cases just about holds on there, and Salazar really just has to stay behind as we head in towards 14 and then into the braking zone of turn 15 before we head towards the last braking zone, turn 16. He's going to go for a move up the inside. It's a very tight angle here. He might struggle on the exit of this corner, but he's got the move done for now, and that's going to be Cases trying to get the run on him down the start-finish straight. But for now, Salazar is just about ahead. There you can see there might be cars coming in. Romero's coming in then for another stop at this race. Meanwhile, Cases has got back ahead of Salazar here, but Salazar's not done with this one, and Simaues will just be looking on and seeing if he can take advantage of this one. The two offset cars may be working together there, but for now, the UCAM car of Cases just about staying ahead there, and a very, very hectic final sector there for all 3 cars involved.
Well, I was thinking that Diogo Sa, the team manager of Offset, is going to be very proud of his drivers because they are making such a good performance in these finals. Only two, difficult to train, a lot of races, but they are in the third position almost for sure, because you can. It's a shame that Joaquin chooses the Aston Martin, that it seems to be not a very competitive car because of the Hyundai. And well, I was thinking also, Kieran, that last night it was a very British races, but tonight is an Asian one here in Japan.
Oh, absolutely.
And the Hyundai also Korean.
Yeah, well, it's an all-Asian affair then. We'll make it that. It was British, now tonight it's an all-Asian affair, as Hyundai really dominating here.
That's right.
In Fuji. As we see Cassis there in 4th place, just about holding off the 2 offset cars here, but that's Simau's. And actually, Salazar had a little bit of a moment going in towards turn 15 there, but now they're on to the main straight, and of course this is where all that slipstream will be delivered then down the start-finish straight. You can see once again Salazar in the slipstream of Casas as we head down that start-finish straight. Once again we've got Rios into the pits. He was on the medium tyres. Look at that for fuel. He just about made it into the pits then. And let's see what tyres he will eventually emerge on. Meanwhile, Romero here is on the back of Gutierrez as we make our way down that start-finish straight. And these are two drivers that are kind of out of sync at the moment. You've got Lacito there, who will be exiting the pit lane any moment now. He's now onto the hard tyres, but there goes Romero there, down towards turn 1. But now you can see his teammates emerge just ahead of him there. Rios emerging ahead of Romero. And now they've got to try and work together to make up this lost time.
I don't know if it's a good sign that your teammate Lolo Rios, that was behind you, is now in front of you. I don't know what you think.
Well, it's not going to help him, that's for sure, as he would have thought the undercut would have worked. However, Rios has shown there that he's got the pace to stay ahead of his teammate, but they've got to be working together. They can't squabble now. They're leading this championship, they're leading the final event going into it, but they've got to realise that double points are on the card. They need to work together, because at the moment Williams are dominating this one.
Yeah, also Williams with the P1 and P2. Also Bracer, Valerio Gallo with the soft racing tires, and Coque with the medium. Still keeping the P2.
Yeah, so splitting that strategy then as we make our way through. So I'm yet to see a team in that top 6 or top 7 put their driver onto a set of hard tyres. So I'm assuming that will come towards the end of the race. But there is your race leader in Gallo, and we're about to get a very, very busy pit lane as Lopez Gasset. We've got Salazar really trying to play the limits there as we've got Lopez now into the pit lane, and again just about making it on the fuel. No worries there. On go a new set of tyres as we make our way with Rios down the start finish straight, and of course then those cars can appear at the pit lane at any moment. We've got the blue flags there. That normally signifies that someone's exiting the pit lane. Is it? Yeah, there was someone coming out there. I believe that was Salazar, and it was, and Lopez there emerging on a set of soft tyres with a little bit of fuel on board, now down in 10th place. So strategy really is all over the place. These tyres, especially the soft ones, aren't lasting that long.
Yeah, the Euromaster driver has also the soft, but with a couple of laps of waste. So Coque have to push like hell.
It's Camacho up the inside of Caceres, and he gets that move done, but he's going to run wide then as we head through turn 7. That could be a chance for Caceres here to try and go round the outside of turn 8, and now down the hill we go through turn 9, through 300R, and now down towards the Dunlop section, in towards turns 10, 11 and 12. Camacho just about holds on ahead of Caceres here, but he's got that move done. But you can see Caceres almost pushing him up the hill. Rios there is in 5th place, and Romero is in 6th. So really good strategy so far from Euromaster, but we've got all this race to go. We're not even at halfway distance, Fonzo, and all that action we've seen, we've still got more than half the race to go.
Caceres is in trouble because he has the medium tires. So maybe he's going to pit now because the Euromaster is coming.
Yeah, they definitely are, as Camacho is still
or maybe one more lap.
Place.
Who knows?
Maybe one more lap.
One more lap, yeah, with the medium.
Caceres is in that slipstream of Danny Camacho. Then we've got Gallo, who's come into the pits. He's going to re-emerge, I think, on a set of soft tyres as we make our way now down the pit lane. There is Gallo leaving that pit lane just ahead of Manuel Perez there, but we're now 3 wide as we head down towards turn 1. Caceres right on the inside there. Rios now making his way through into 4th place. Camacho losing that back end on exit there. That's going to leave him vulnerable to the other Euromaster car of Romero behind as we make our way now down in towards the next section, in towards the flying left-hander, and Rios has got the move done, but still, you've got Castas there who's under huge pressure from not only Dani Camacho, but look at Romero trying to now go round the outside as we head now in towards turn 6 and 7. He's got the inside line now, up the inside of Castas he will go, and he looks like he's got that move done then with the better tyres, more confidence in that car, and he's got the move done. Up to 4th place he goes. There goes Castas there, who's trying to take advantage of that slipstream that Romero is leaving behind as we head now down towards turn 10. Castas up the inside of Dani Camacho, and he's got that move done. And Eric Castas now, he's gained a position, lost a position. He holds P5, but Romero is now ahead of him, and now it's a Euromaster 3-4.
Yeah, Eric Casas fight like a titan, but with the racing medium tires, and the other driver with the soft, it was very difficult to keep the position. So very, very beautiful to see, to watch.
Absolutely, as we're almost at half race distance. We'll be on lap 14, but it's not quite halfway just yet, and it is Gallo still leading the way. I think we've got a car maybe coming into the pit lane. It is Dani Camacho, who's a little bit out of sync out of the top runners here, but he'll now come into the pit for a new set of tyres and more fuel. Here is Salazar then on the back of Lopez as they now make their way down towards turn 1. Lopez feeling the need to defend as that is, well, Salazar giving him a little flash of the headlights there. Meanwhile, that's Simauers behind them trying to get a move done on Martin Gutierrez. I think he got the move done. Yes, he did. He's just got ahead of him in towards turns 1 and 2. So position gained there for Offset as they look to continue their campaign to get 3rd place in this series.
The Offset drivers put the racing medium tires, so theoretically there has no problem for Coque Lopez, and also Coque Lopez is a very well-known strategy for in Gran Turismo, so I don't know what is going to happen. It's weird to watch these two drivers that were running together now very distant in the grid.
There is your race leader in Gallo. He's still leading the way then as we make our way through. He's around about 3 seconds ahead of the next car, which is Manuel Perez there in 2nd place. But again, he's slightly out of sync with the rest of the field at the moment, but that could be part of his strategy. A little bit onto the curbs there, making the car a little bit nervous on the exit of turn 15 there, as he now makes his way through 16. Yeah, that car looks a little bit twitchy there. I wonder if that's a little bit of tyre wear playing in that one, and he is coming into the pit lane, so that will probably be why that car was looking a little bit twitchy. Probably the tyres are expired on it. That means Rios will now get 2nd place. Romero now goes into 3rd place, but that's going to leave Casas now in 4th, and we've also got Lopez there in the Williams car, now in 5th place. So, well, in terms of double points, maths was never my strong suit, but it looks to me like it's Euromaster with the advantage.
Yeah, but Coque, the status of the tires of Coque are better than the Euromaster, but the difference is on the track. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's all going to be decided on the track, you would hope, as Dani Camacho there we see in 10th place. Manuel Perez then got up into 9th place, or he's down to 9th place after his stop, I should say. The two R70 cars there of Ura and Shrenstra, I should say, 11th and 12th. There's Martin Gutierrez rejoined there in P13. He is the last of the runners at the moment. Early on in this race, we did lose a TRZ car in Ruben Arroyo. Unfortunately, he did not start this race, so we're down to 13 runners, and TRZ have only got one car running in, Dani Camacho, who's currently out there outside of the top 10. But right now, 10th place he is. But right now, Euromaster, 2nd and 3rd, they'll be working together as much as possible. But there's still a Williams car leading this field.
Yeah, and we have to remind that the drivers has to use also the racing hard one. And I didn't see any driver with the hard one, the hard compound. So everything can happen.
I think they're leaving the hard compound until the last possible moment. Of course, it's got the least amount of grip in the set that you can use here. So I think that's going to be the last resort there, as we've got Casas, Eric Casas into the pits then from 4th place. He did have the medium tyres on. Let's see what he does now.
That's right. He used it a lot of the medium. Good job.
So he's got Romero into the pits then. So from that 4th place that Romero was in, he now re-emerges from the pit lane then. It looks like he's going to just about hold on to 7th place in towards turn 1. It's a very awkward pit lane exit. It puts you on the inside for turn 1, but you're obviously carrying a lot less speed in towards turn 1. But he does re-emerge in front of Manuel Perez, and that's going to be important. He needs that clean air. Meanwhile, then Cases rejoins in 10th place, just ahead of Urra then in the R70 car. But on fresher tyres, you would think that eventually Urra's threat there will be waning as we now head through this high-speed section. But he's not going away, that R70 car, not yet anyway.
I can tell you, Kieran, that now all the drivers are with the soft, except the Portuguese team, Offset, are with the medium, the only ones.
So really, no team then has used the hard, so they are
not
really
not yet. They are keeping it for the final lap, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a hectic pit lane for that last lap, just to have one lap on the hard tyres. But we'll see how that goes. Obviously, all the drivers here, all the teams, not really. That's Lopez getting a little bit friendly with the curbs then on the exit of turn 15. The car looked a little bit twitchy there, but he now makes his way onto the start of this straight. It's such a long straight. You've got plenty of time to think about your braking point into turn 1. We've got, I think that was 2nd place coming into the pits, and it is for Rios then into the pits. He did have these soft tyres on, so at least for now, it's Williams 1-2.
Go back to the winning, go back to the P1, P2 for Williams eSport. He's fighting again against Euromaster, different strategy, and we will see till the end. Well, but the 3rd position is looking kind of Portuguese, don't you think?
I think so, definitely. The Offset team are looking really strong here to try and wrap up that 3rd place in the championship. It is Salazar ahead of Simaues right now, but I mean, they they've got great respect between each other. They're working together. You can tell the chemistry's there between them.
Yeah, I think it's a fair result, whatever we take to the end. Watching the races last night and races today with Offset making a very good performance, and well, also Williams and Euromaster, they are such a great teams, and everyone can be the winner and deserve to be the winner, but only one spot in the top of the podium.
Yeah, there can only be one, and there is a very attractive prize pool for the teams here. That's right. Why they want to do so well. The Euromaster car then of Rios then is making his way now, trying to close in on Dani Camacho just ahead of him, and I think that is Juan Manuel Rios trying to chase down Dani Camacho as we make our way in towards that penultimate corner, turn 15, as we literally ride on board with the Euromaster car of Rios then heading in towards that last corner. Of course, it sort of goes uphill, which helps the traction on exit, but you've really got to find the perfect line through that final corner. We
feel so sad for Team Racing Zeta, only one driver because a connection problem, but he's Dani Camacho making his team till the end on the top as possible. And Lolo Rios attack.
Up the inside he will go. We've got a car emerging. That's one of the Offset cars coming out of the pit lane. Now is there out of the pit lane. Rios has just about got the inside line and moves ahead of Dani Camacho. Up to 6th place he will go, but that is not what Rios wanted to see in front of him. He did not want to see an Offset car in front of him. That's disastrous for him.
I don't know, but things are getting tricky, more difficult for Euromaster with traffic, and also Offset that is a very consistent car, consistent driver. So Lolo Rios, again, very difficult race for this guy.
Salazar moving up the inside of Urra then. Can he keep the car under control? No, because Urra simply sweeps around the outside to hold on to 9th place. So that didn't quite work for Salazar. He's got the heavy braking zone of turn 10 to think about it, but he'll stay behind the Corvette for now as we make our way now in towards 10, 11 and 12 into that Dunlop section there.
Sorry, Kieran, I have some brand news. We have a team with the hard racing tires is Offset, so I guess Lolo Rios is past already Edu because of the kind of the tires.
We have Gallo into the pits then. Let's see what tires he will put on. Romero is now just making his way down that start-finish straight, and I think there's a lot of fuel being taken on board here. I think I know which tyres that Gallo is going to be on. He's been there for a long time as he makes his way in, but yeah, he's on the soft tyre again, so he'll get to run that hard tyre there.
Nico is behind, for long distance between these two.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what Gallo needed. That's not what Romero needed at all. But I think both Euromaster and Williams still have to run the hard tyres in this race, so it's not over yet for them.
Oof. I don't know. If I were a team manager, I was eating my nails, man.
I mean, I'm just sweating in the commentary box, let alone what the drivers are feeling. It's absolutely incredible right now. But there is your race leader in Lopez at this moment in time. He's inherited that race lead ahead of Gallo, who's been pretty dominant all night so far. He's been loving it out there. Lopez has been a little bit in the wars at the moment, but he currently holds that first position. But we are expecting him to make the stop any moment now, or maybe this lap, maybe next lap, but that's the gap between the two.
He's going to stop because of the fuel. He has almost nothing, Coque Lopez.
So he's literally running on fumes at this point as he tries to limp his way back towards that pit lane, but try and use every bit of fuel that you can. Then we do have 10 laps to go, 9 and a bit if you're picky. It will be 9 laps when Lopez crosses that start-finish line
and maybe
to start lap 20.
Let's see if he put the soft one for the last stint or also the hard one. He has to use it.
Let's have a look and see. Hopefully we will get an idea of what strategy he's going to run towards the end. He's got 9 laps to go. We're seeing that the soft tyres here not really stops on again. He's going to be having to make another stop at this one at least, but that's going to put Gallo in the lead of this one. Romero now in second place.
Very long stop for Coque.
Manuel Perez there in third place, and as you said there, a long stop for Lopez there. He rejoins in 6th place.
Wow.
I wonder what tyres he's on that car now.
Yeah, Coque fuel, all the deposit is full, sorry. So maybe he's going to make the move of 1 lap for the hard one in the last. I don't know. It was
I think so.
A statement of declaration of intention.
A statement of intention, that's definitely what he's going for there. And we're actually seeing Joaquin Jimenez, which we haven't, I don't think we've mentioned him all race so far, but he's currently in 7th place, just in a race of his own at the moment, just trying to keep his head down and just get the laps under his belt as best as he possibly can for the team.
Yeah.
There is Martin Gutierrez in 8th place. Urra is there in 9th place, and that is one of the offset cars there in Salazar in 10th place. Simao is then in 11th, but as you said, they are on the hard tyres, and that could be them to the end, maybe to the end with 2 laps to go to put on the softs to just really maximise their attack towards the end of this one.
Can you imagine that at the end, by like a magical action, the Aston Martin gets the lead because they consume so much less?
But you know what? I'm not ruling anything out at this point. Literally. At this point, we've seen so many changes up and down the field. The only one that's really stayed consistent is Gallo, who's been leading this one quite comfortably there. You can see that the tyre wear down in the bottom left of your screen. Normally around this point, you're thinking about making a pit stop, because any more wear than that and you really start losing a huge amount of time.
Well, all the drivers, the 13 drivers with the racing soft tyres right now.
So they're really going for the attack here then, that is for sure. As third place there, that is Manuel Perez there. He could be a little bit of a dark horse here. He's been up in that order. He's slightly out of sync, but you know what? That could benefit him in the last few laps of this race. We've got 8 laps to go, 7 and a bit if you are picky. And Williams is leading this one. I think Lopez, the other Williams, is down in 6th place. But there is Eric Casas, who is in 5th place there. There is Romero in the Euromaster car, 2nd place at the moment. And we've also got that, of course, that 3rd place car of Manuel Perez there in 3rd place. So he's looking good for the XGR team. They've got a car on the podium. Can they keep that car there?
Yeah, do you remember, Kieran, that last night I can predict some action? I read the future, but tonight the future is so blurry, man. It's impossible to know.
Can't make anything out in that crystal ball, can you, Fonso? It's just not working. We've got Romero then coming into the pits from 2nd place. We've also should have Manuel Perez then. He's moved off to the side of the track to come into the pit lane then. And as you can see, once again, Romero leaving that fuel as late as he possibly can there. That's amazing. But that's going to allow Lopez to go through. But I reckon we're going to see Lopez back into the pits very, very soon. This could be their penultimate stop of the race, because if they're all thinking the same thing, we've got Manuel Perez on the hard tyres. We've got Cassis on the hard tyres as well. There is the third place man there. I think that's that is Manuel Perez is just about rejoined in front of Lopez. They've made contact going in towards turn 1 there, and we're now making our way down towards turn 3. He's got the inside line as Lopez, and he's got the move done. Goes actually back towards the racing line to assert his dominance there. He's now ahead of the car that's just emerged from the pit lane, but I believe that's Manuel Perez now on the hard tyres. Will he be going to the end?
Unfortunately, Koke has no damage in his car, but because Manu Arbantes appears like a chicane in the middle of the track. And about the tires, Manu Arbantes is with the hard. That's right.
Well, that could be him going to the end of the race now, in theory.
And also, Eric Cases from UCAN, also with the hard.
So it looks like they could be going to the end, but you know what? That crystal ball is looking very, very blurry at this moment in time. Can't make anything out. Console, it's just not working. But at the moment, then we have 7 laps to go in this one, and it is Gallo who's leading the way, but he's yet to use those hard tyres. Well, Rios there is in second place again, also yet to use those hard tyres, and that looks like Rios is coming into the pits. Lopez there in third place, also again yet to use the hard tyres. So they'll probably be using this stint to try and get away from the rest of the field. That is then the BRM car coming into the pits of Rios. Let's see what tyres he puts on. I'm expecting him to put the hard tyres on now.
Yeah, I have a very high expectation for this race, but this race, man, is absolutely overpowered.
That's interesting. Cassis and Manuel Perez are back into the pits then. They were on the hard tyres. Have they literally just done one lap on the hards to get it out of the way?
That's right. The minimum use of the hard is what all the drivers are going to make. It's like a penalty for all of them, you know?
It's like the Joker lap, really, isn't it?
Joker lap, yeah.
Lopez here, right on the back of Rios. That battle is going to be reignited once again. And that is Gallo there, who is 21 seconds ahead of these two battling right now. I mean, Gallo has just been in a league of his own here tonight at Fuji.
Yeah, this battle we are watching can determine the championship. Koke is getting the overtake Lolo Rios. Yeah, man.
Yeah, there was contact between Lopez and Rios there, but, well, Lopez is through up to second place. It was an aggressive move. I'm sure that'll be talked about later on between the two teams, let alone between the stewards. Let's have another look at that. Yeah. There was contact up the side there, you can see.
And again, spoiler, Lolo Rios with the hard tyres. So he's going to the pits now.
He's going to the pits, and that was important for Lopez to get the move done. But there is Gallo there, 21 seconds ahead of his teammate. He has been in dominant form today, and you can see now that fuel is looking very low. So we're expecting him in this lap then. So Rios then into the pits after his hard tyre stint, and now he'll be putting on some tyres.
We have to write down that Lolo Rios is the last stint for him, also the offset, but the 3 guys from the top, Nico and the 2 Williams, have to make a 1 stop at least. Well, or maybe 2.
Yeah, it could be 2 actually. No,
imagine the third drivers in the podium, the last lap, all of them with the hard racings.
Be mayhem if that's the case, but I'm looking forward to that mayhem, that is for sure. Gallo still leading the way. It is a Williams 1-2 for now, with Lopez following behind. Romero there in third place. Rios has rejoined in fourth place after he's got his hard tyres in out of the way. He'll now be focusing on getting those lap times in. It's almost like a qualifying session for him now. And then you've got the 2 offset cars there, the 2 Portuguese drivers. It's Simões, then Salazar in 5th and 6th place. Manuel Perez there is in 7th place. Danny Camacho in 8th place. Fastest lap of this race so far is that man there, Gallo, 1:35.5, and he is now heading towards that pit lane. This could be that hard tyre stint, that 1 lap penalty almost, as you called it, Fonso, for the hard tyres. Let's see what happens here.
Let's see, important. Maybe the last move of Bracer. With the soft, only 4 laps behind, 4 laps left. It has to be the soft one.
Yeah, he's on mediums.
Mediums.
So he's leaving it to the last lap then, isn't he, on the hard tyres? That's what his plan is.
Yeah, so 3 laps with the mediums and then the hard.
Yeah, so that's exactly his plan then. So the mediums will get him there quite comfortably to that last stint. But yeah, he's leaving that hard tire stint to the very, very end. So let's see how that goes. Meanwhile then, that is Lopez in second place, Romero in third place. They've traded paint more times than once in this race, and it looks like they're ready to do battle again.
Well, I can take my eyes out of the screen. I have some goosebumps, you know, man. How is the name Goosebumps? I have, or how is it?
Oh yeah, I have two, Fonso.
Goosebumps for everyone.
Doing a bit if you're picky, and there is Romero trying to get a move on Lopez ahead of him. And of course, these two are going to be fierce rivals in this race, that's for sure, as they make their way now up the hill, as we make our way towards turn 13. That's Lopez just ahead, but you can see that they're not far from the race leader. He's on the medium tyres right now, as we've discussed. He's probably leaving that hard tyre stint till the very last lap. We'll have to see what happens here as he now makes his way through the final corner. But you can see here, Gallo is going quite slowly here, as Lopez and Romero have really closed up on him.
Yeah, I guess that Coque Lopez and Nico Romero, they're going to be very close friends, like Niki Lauda, James Hunt, you know? Very close friends.
He's going quite slowly there, so no mistake. He's not on the pace at the moment. Maybe that's to do with the medium tyres. Meanwhile, then Lopez defending to the inside to try and ward off the attack from Romero behind him in towards turn one. He's managed to defend that well from the Euromaster car, and Williams know how important this 1-2 is. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with that Williams car ahead. Maybe he's trying to save his tyres, maybe save some fuel. In any case, they're catching him, these two, at a rate of knots. Here goes to Romero, who's trying to move around the outside, that long right-hander of turns 4 and 5. He's onto the grass there. Now he's got the inside line of turn 6 and 7. He just about swipes across there. He couldn't slow the car down in time. He was onto the grass, in fairness to him, so he probably couldn't have been able to slow down as much as he would like to, but it's getting heated between those two right now. Gallo leads the way. You can see there, still Lopez defending hard in towards turn 10, just about holding on for now. No love lost between these two rivals. They're going to battle as hard as they possibly can as they head up towards 13. Now making their way in towards 14. On towards 15 once again. Romero taking a wider entry to get a better exit off of the corner. That's allowing Rios to try and close in. He's only 12 seconds back, but of course pit stops are still need to be made within that top 4 to allow them to get onto that, top 3 to get them onto the hard tyres. So Rios is by no means out of it yet. He's got the hard sit out of the way. Here they come then, the top 3 into the pit now. And no. Talk about tactics there. That looked like that was a dummy there, but here comes Romero. Wanted to make the move around the outside. The two Williams cars really are working together now as they head now down towards turn 1. But Lopez has missed his braking point, and Romero takes that away. He snatches that position away now, and a mistake from Lopez means that the Spaniard of Romero now gets second place. He's got Gallo right in his sights now.
Unbelievable, man. I'm just petrified.
Having a look at this then, so Romero kept his cool, and Lopez there just missed his braking point. You can see there lots of understeer. He just tried to carry too much speed in, and Romero there says, thank you very much, I'll take that second place away. He's now got his sights firmly set on the leader of the race then, in Gallo, as they make their way now down towards turn 10. He has to go the long way round then, in towards the braking zone of the 10th corner. You can see that Lopez just about slowing that car down. He's really struggling with control of that car, and as you can see now, is Romero trying to move up 30.
Yeah, because they are going to pit. They are going to pit, the two of them.
They have to pit, yes. All 3 of them have to pit to go onto the hard tyres. So they're battling now. That's going to be a huge advantage for Rios then. They're going to be on the slower tyres. Rios there is going to be on a quicker tyre. They're still battling between them then. Lopez up the inside, in through the front. And he's got the move done for now. But now they're all waiting. Pit lane then, it's very cagey for that top 3 right now, but here they come then for their hard tyre stint. 1 lap to try and get as much performance out of the hard tyres as they possibly can. They've left it as fast as they possibly can. Here comes Rios then, down that start-finish straight. He looks like he's going to take the lead of this one.
Yes.
Let's see how it all goes. Onto the hard tyres they go. Last lap of this race. Have a look at that pit lane exit. They'll be emerging from there anytime
Where
soon.
are they?
Rios.
Oh, so far away.
Look at this now. Gaio takes the lead of the race for now. It's still a Williams 1-2 as we head onto the final lap of this one then. That strategy then from the other Euromaster car hasn't worked quite as well as we thought, but he's on the quicker tyre, remember. These top three are on the hard tyres, so we've got to try and manage them. Oh, and a slowdown penalty for Rios, 2.5 seconds. That's going to put him out of that running for the top three. Surely he can't make that up. Meanwhile, Lopez is defending for his life then. Up the inside, Romero is all over the back of him. He's onto the curves, Lopez. Somehow he keeps that car under control then as we make our way now in through turn 9, down towards turn 10. Once again, Gaio trying to get away. Lopez defending the inside. Romero trying to go around the outside. Then it's Rios. Don't rule him out of a good performance here as we make our way through now. The two teams that have been battling hammer and tong throughout this entire series, especially last night and tonight, are going to be down towards the wire as we head through the final couple of corners. As we now make our way through, Rios has that 2.5 time-second penalty, so he might be out of this one. For the top three, it could be anybody's guess. Gaio here comes around the final corner and on towards the start-finish straight. He will go. He might be able to hold on to this one, and Lopez is going to hold on to P2. It is going to be the Italian in the Williams here, who's going to win.
Williams win.
Williams 1-2. They have done it.
Williams win, man. Unbelievable.
Absolutely incredible. Euromaster finished 3 and 4. Manuel Perez there, really good drive from him. He finishes in P5. Joaquin Jimenez finishing in P6. Cases, who was up there, finishes in P7. And the two Portuguese cars of Simões and Salazar finishing 8th and 9th. Burra finishing in 10th place. Danny Camacho in 11th. Lars Schenstra there in 12th place. And
top 5 for Shogun. Also very good result of Manu Barbantes. But this is the most happy team. Williams did it again. The most thrilling final I can remember. Wow.
What a final lap that was. And you kind of have to feel that if Rios didn't have that 2.5 second penalty, he could have had a real chance of getting a good result there. But those are your official, unofficial results. A Williams 1-2. Unofficially, they are the winners.
Well, we just watched this race. I guess that the final result, the official result, is going to be very, very similar to this. So I can imagine that Williams are the winner right now. And I have to tell you, Kieran, I did it again. When I said, remember, can you imagine the three drivers, the top three drivers, fighting with the Racing Hard last lap? Well, it was history of sim racing now.
Bonzo, you've done it again. Just absolutely incredible final lap.
Another thing that we didn't say that is in the Fuji. We made a lot of final races here in Fuji, and this is a track that never take the motion away.
No, it never disappoints. That is true.
That's
very,
right.
very true. And I'm sure if you're watching the broadcast here, we'll be back in a couple of seconds' time.
Well, here we are again. Kieran, did you take some breath?
I think I did, just about. But a Williams 1-2, a Euromaster 3-4. Of course, unofficially, I believe that means Williams are the champions right now of the Mundo GT Supercompetición de Escuderías.
They are again.
And over 2 days, my Spanish has kind of improved. But more importantly, we've seen some fantastic racing fun, so I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, like I said before, I can't remember a final so thrilling, so close. Like we just lived tonight, maybe years ago, in Gran Turismo 5 and in this same track. But well, I have no words to express what I was watching.
Can we do this every week, Fonso? I really enjoyed
every
that
week,
one.
Well.
But yeah, no, absolutely fantastic watch. Strategy was really key there, and those are the official, unofficial results of the Supercompetición. It is Williams winning by 6 points, and it is UCAM finishing in third place ahead of Offset. So that is a huge result for them. So
well, we were very exciting and watching the Williams and Euromaster, but actually, I don't know what the final position of the Offset and UCAM. I didn't get it.
As well as that, XGR started off in this race 1 point, and a fantastic drive from Manuel Perez and Martin Gutierrez means they actually jump TRZ, who only had the one finisher, into 6th place. So there you go. They absolutely did themselves a treat there. So that was amazing to watch. I really enjoyed that one, and we hope you enjoyed that one as well. But yeah, those are your official, unofficial results. All pending Stewart's inquiry, of course, what do you have to say? Yeah.
Do you remember another thing that we said about the Aston Martin? Well, the Aston Martin in the top 6, not bad.
Absolutely, and I think over on the Spanish broadcast they're bringing someone into their commentary box, so hopefully, Fonso, you'll be able to translate. It is Nico Romero in the commentary box right now, so hopefully, Fonso, you'll be able to translate how he's feeling.
He's putting the webcam now. Nico Romero, not so happy as usual when he wins. It's normal.
Yeah, I mean, he's a racing driver. Of course, he's not going to be so happy that
only 6 points with the double score race.
Yeah, absolutely. And Williams did all they need to do there. But yeah, let's see what Nico has to say about that result there.
I'm going to put the volume of my colleagues to also hear the questions. Where is Valverde? Here.
Distinta, ¿cómo has vivido esta carrera de locos? Explícanos un poquito.
How do you live this crazy race, Nico Romero?
Ha dejado un poco confundidos a todo el mundo.
I'm very confused.
Ha sido una carrera que yo creo que seguro que los espectadores la habéis disfrutado muchísimo. Eso es lo primero.
Nico is saying that the spectator, the audience, enjoyed for sure.
La estrategia se me había quedado un poco truncada porque en el primer scene he tenido un toque con Carlos Salazar. He roto.
He had contact with Carlos Salazar in the first
He tenido que entrar un poco antes, pero mi estrategia era ir haciendo vueltas, de 6 vueltas de blando y así he ido toda la carrera.
He keep his
Luego,
strategy.
Estas últimas vueltas, cuando te has visto detrás de Coque, ha habido nervios, pero has mantenido bien el coche.
Valverde is asking for that laps behind Coque, that he gets his nerves down.
Bueno, sabemos que estamos en unas finales, no estamos jugando todo y hay que darlo todo.
Because well, we are in the finals, we are
hay algunas acciones que sí, que,
everything at stake.
Hay cosas que hay que mirar, pero al menos los espectadores lo habéis disfrutado.
The typical comments, just finishing the race, that it was a very
para enmarcar.
Very thought
una
battle.
Carrera espectacular.
And Monty is like you and me.
Después con los grupitos, después con los tráficos y después con el final de infarto que Valerio ha frenado. Iba con 5 segundos de ventaja y ha frenado para entrar los 3 juntos en boxes.
Yeah, we didn't get because Valerio Gallo has a very difference in the 2 final laps, but like he break down to wait for the teammates. I don't know. Okay.
Lo ha
They
dicho-
are,
lo ha
they are
dicho
explaining now. So Kieran, you know
Pues
that the
nada,
Valerio Gallo,
vamos a ir un
he
poquito
has no
rápido
mistake.
con las
He wait for
entrevistas,
Coque
Nico. Enhorabuena
to
por
give
el
him
tremendo campeonato que has hecho.
how is it?
Es un placer contar contigo en el asfalto. Eres uno de
The
los
air
pilotos top de este
behind the
país y
car.
del
I don't know
mundo
the
del
name in
mundo-
English now.
del mundo GT
Rebufo.
y de Gran Turismo en
The-
general. Te deseamos lo mejor en el World Tour, sea
You
como
know,
sea
Kieran?
este año por el tema
I
de
think
las
so, yeah,
pandemias
the
varias.
The spin. No.
Pero gracias por darnos espectáculo. Ha sido tremendo verte pelear con Coque. Y tienes
Monty
que,
is
aunque hayáis
giving
quedado
thanks
segundos,
to
bueno, no
Nico
sé si va a
for
haber
the-
reclamaciones o no, pero
for the show.
a final de carrera ahora mismo sois segundos. Celebro mucho el papel que has tenido en este campeonato y dándole emoción hasta el final.
Muchas gracias a toda la organización por el campeonato que habéis realizado. En mi opinión, la mejor temporada hasta ahora.
Nico
Y
thinks
nada,
that is the
darle
best
mucho la
season ever
enhorabuena a
here in
Julián
Mundo
hasta que
GT
pase
of the Supercontinent de
lo que tenga que
Escuderías.
Vale.
How can he say?
Valverde, ¿algo para tu paisano?
Nada, Nico, felicidades por el campeonato, de verdad, tanto para ti como para el equipo. Habéis hecho una temporada fantástica y espero
Sleep-
veros pronto.
how do you
espero
say,
veros
the
pronto
air
en la siguiente edición de esta
in
Supercopa
the
de
when you have a
Escuderías,
car
creadme una vez más por el
in
título. Muchas felicidades.
in front of you in a
Vamos
straight,
a
you know,
darle
Kieran, what I
paso
mean? The
a,
slipstream.
Coque López,
Slipstream,
que ha
yeah.
sido segundo.
So Valerio
Coque,
Gallo,
buenas noches.
wait,
Soy-
Coque,
soy
forgive him
boxeador,
the
soy-
slipstream
Ah,
to
okay.
to beat
No
Nico.
necesitamos más-
Amazing.
más mundiales, no.
So it was all tactical.
Coque,
Ah, that's
buenas
interesting.
noches. Si
Okay.
tienes cámara, ponla ahí
I believe
So-
that
todo
so
preparado,
high level.
Para verte.
yes, we have got Coque there in the commentary box now. So look at that,
¿Dónde está la
full
entrevista
rig
con
there
cámara?
as well.
Entrevista con
Don't
cámara. Ahí
ever
está
don't ever
Sí.
accuse them of not taking it seriously.
Solo falta
So,
que le quites el silencio al micro. Coque tiene sonrisita oreja a oreja.
Coque is so
Hombre, Coque
happy.
tiene que estar, es el hombre más feliz del mundo después de ser.
Look at the color of his
Coque.
ears, right?
¿Me escuchas?
Un poquito bajo, acércate un poco al micro.
Que estoy escuchando también al comentarista inglés, si me lo podéis mutear o algo, no sé.
Tienes que
Ah, es-
silenciarlo en el
Tienes que
Discord,
hacerlo
si
tú.
puedes.
Sí.
Y eso no sé cómo se hace.
Ahí me escuchas, Coque.
Botón derecho encima de Kieran y de Fonso y lo silencias.
Y bloquear, ¿no? Ah, no, silenciar.
Silenciar. No,
He,
bloquear,
he was
bloquear con neumático
watching
tampoco.
us.
A ver si puedo dar
Sorry,
un poco
hearing us.
Coque,
oh, no pressure
a ver
then.
si le puedo dar un poquito más.
Hope he liked us.
Háblame, Coque, háblame del mar, marinero.
Hola, 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 hola.
Perfecto, ahí lo tenemos.
Bueno.
Coque López, segundo clasificado en el infierno de la ladera de Fuji.
I'm sorry for the
Ahí lo
audience
tenemos,
who has
Coque, ¿cómo estás?
to suffer my English,
Muy
but
bien,
I
la
did
verdad, ha sido
the best I could.
una carrera muy buena. Dame un segundillo que también tengo que silenciar a Alfonso.
Ah,
Y bueno, la verdad es que ha sido una carrera que he disfrutado mucho. Hemos tenido que jugar nuestras cartas porque sabíamos que nuestra única opción era quedar primero y segundo.
Yeah, Coque is
Y
saying
bueno,
that
supongo que
the
habréis visto
only
al final, ha sido muy emocionante.
only
ha habido
result is
lucha por
P1,
todos
P2.
lados y la verdad es que es una carrera muy divertida.
very
y,
fun
como he
race
dicho, la que hemos
for
tenido que
him,
jugar nuestras cartas para intentar salir campeones.
and he played well
Una lucha
their
cuerpo a
cards
cuerpo.
to get the
Hemos visto
championship.
como Valerio ha tenido un ritmo espectacular durante toda la carrera, parece que tenía un puntito más de velocidad.
You
y
can
al
talk,
final
Kieran,
te ha dado
he's not
rebufo
hearing us,
para
so
que evitar el 2-4 de Euromaster que les hacía
if
campeón.
you
Oh,
want
just,
to say something.
Sí, claro, al final.
Well, yeah, I mean,
como
it was
estaba
just
diciendo,
a
¿no?
great race in
solo
general,
nos valía
wasn't it?
hacer doblete después de
not much to say,
de
yeah.
la primera curva, pues como la mayoría sabéis, acabé ya fuera en última posición. Y bueno, la verdad es que estábamos en radio con Valerio, hemos decidido
He's
que lo
talking
mejor
about the
era hacer
last
trabajo
night
en
race
equipo,
when
que
he
Valerio
in
me
the
diese
start
rebufo y
gets
así poder
the
defender de
last
Nico.
position.
No lo he conseguido en la penúltima vuelta, pero bueno, he llegado al final, la última vuelta del penúltimo stint con opciones y he atacado a Nico. Hemos conseguido esa 1-2, esa primera y segunda
This is
posición y al
speaking
final pues
the
muy
very
felices de haber conseguido
most
este campeonato.
difficult part of the race,
Vale,
the
Coque, pues lo que
2-3
estaba comentando
laps
antes. Vamos-
left,
perdona, Valverde.
fighting with Nico.
Sí, ha habido precisamente es que justo esa maniobra hemos visto que parece que os habéis tocado un poco. ¿Crees que puede haber algún tipo de reclamación por parte de Euromaster en ese toque?
Reclamación puede haber, está
is
claro
a-
que aquí cada uno pues tiene una opinión sobre muchos incidentes, pero bueno, la verdad es que después de lo que vimos ayer, al final es un poco como todo. Vimos el ejemplo el año pasado con Leclerc-Verstappen en la carrera de Austria. Leclerc
No.
vio que no penalizaron una acción, entonces decidió ser un pelín más agresivo para la siguiente carrera. Vimos un espectáculo increíble todos los fans de la Fórmula 1 y bueno, yo creo que en esta situación ha sido un poco lo mismo. Al final,
Yeah,
dependiendo
he's comparing the
del
situation with
baremo
the
que han tenido los comisarios en la acción
F1
de
when
ayer,
the
hemos decidido, por lo menos yo en mi
Verstappen
parte, ser
they
un pelín
don't
más
get a
agresivo.
penalty of
Pero
the
nada, creo que ha
stewards
sido
and the
lance de
next
carrera, ha
race
sido un
was
toque
very
por
very
vuelta en lucha de posición y ninguno ha salido fuera.
most
así que,
aggressive and
vamos, yo
nice
creo que
like
no hay opción
tonight.
a sanción y bueno, muy contentos como he dicho de poder haber ganado este
I'm very happy to win.
Pues nada, Ahí quedan las palabras de Coque López, segundo clasificado hoy. Yo estoy emocionado porque sois los mejores pilotos del mundo, estáis disfrutando de este nuestro campeonato y la parte de la organización
Monty
que nos
is
toca
very,
es un
very
placer contar, se lo he dicho a Nico, es un placer contar contigo, con Coque, los mejores pilotos probablemente
sentimental
de este país en Gran Turismo, peleando
because
uno
it's
contra
a
uno,
it's a pleasure to watch
que cada día
some of
hacéis
the
el
best
racing más grande.
scene drivers,
Y
not only
yo creo que esto
for
va a ir
Spain,
para arriba
in the
y
world,
con vosotros todos juntos, todo
like
el
Coque,
ecosistema
Nico,
va a ganar.
Valerio
Así que
Gallo,
enhorabuena por el campeonato,
and more drivers in the
enhorabuena por
FIA
la
Gran
carrera,
Turismo,
Coque,
and other drivers that
y
there
mucha suerte en el
there
World
aren't
Tour,
in
sea lo
the
que
FIA
sea
Gran
lo que vaya a ser
Turismo,
este año.
but
Así que si
because
tienes
of the
algo
time
para los fans y para los equipos,
Muchas
that
gracias,
stuff.
Monty. Y bueno, pues como siempre, dar las gracias a todo quien me soporta a mí como al equipo,
And now
a
Coque
Williams
is
Team en este caso.
giving
Y bueno,
thanks
también
to
dar la enhorabuena a Euromaster,
everyone
que ha sido muy divertida la lucha que hemos
support
tenido
and
durante todo el
suffer
campeonato,
him.
al igual que por ejemplo en esta última carrera. Así se disfrutan las carreras y bueno, esperemos que vengan
He
muchas más.
enjoyed this race a lot
pues ahí están las palabras
and
de
hoping for
Coque.
more.
Te tengo que dejar, nos vamos con Valerio Gallo, que es el
And
ganador
now,
de la carrera.
Bracer,
Muchísimas gracias
the P1,
por la carrera, Coque. Nos vemos en
the
las
Italian
próximas
guy
ediciones del
from
Mundo GT de la Super
Williams,
A vosotros, chao.
very young
Chao.
driver. Bye bye, Coque.
Vamos a
Congratulations.
subir a Coque al lobby de espera.
Coque
y
did it
vamos
again.
a bajar a
And,
Valerio
and
Gallo.
as we were saying, I mean,
Danza,
Williams have had
Valerio,
a
buonasera,
very
buonasera.
a very good race, 1 and 2, and now we get to hear from
Sei con noi.
the Italian in Gaia, who had a fantastic race. He was
but-
pretty much dominant all the way through.
Are you there?
Yes, Valerio, you
Miss
have
you.
to mute Fonso Zene and Kiran. Mute us, please.
Valerio. Valerio está en la sala, pero de momento no le podemos oír. Valerio.
Creo que es la emoción corriendo por
Not
su
hearing him just yet, but
Not,
veo.
we are waiting
Yeah,
for Valerio.
Esperamos ahí a
I
Valerio
mean,
Gallo.
for Williams,
Y
they
eso,
had
vamos
a great
pasar a
race
Bruno
today.
Rodríguez.
They knew what they had to do. They had to
Bruno.
finish 1 and 2, and they
Valerio,
did exactly
are you
that.
with us?
Hola.
Ahí está.
Hola.
Ahí. Un secondo più e tu vai di volta al lobby di spera.
Now we change to the Italian.
Esatto.
Buonasera Valerio, complimenti per la
Buonasera. Buonasera, grazie a tutti.
meravigliosa gara questa notte. Sei un pilota fortissimo.
Grazie.
Complimenti per la gara, complimenti per lo spettacolo. Che posso dire di questa notte?
No, penso che comunque I think my
How can you say about the race?
my wishes have been come true because we did 1-2 and I'm so happy. We did such an amazing teamwork with Koke all the time, cooperating about the gaps and the strategies. And yeah, I had so much fun. I also had a very good pace for this race, so I really felt this race adapted to me and also to Koke because with the Gr.3 we are a lot. I think a bit faster than other group classes. And yeah, we had to play all the cars remaining because of the last races because we didn't make so many points. So yeah, I mean, as I had such a huge gap, I thought maybe it was time to help Koke because it was let's say chastened but by Nico. So yeah, I tried to help him because in this way we could have tried to defend, let's say, the victory and also the victory in the overall standings. So yeah, I also want to thank Williams Esports as always for the opportunities they gave, for all the effort we put during this season, and yeah, so and also you guys for organizing these events, and they were awesome. I really enjoyed. Let's say I always loved since the let's say the past years joining the Mundo GT leagues. So yeah, for me it's a pleasure and an honor to have participated.
Valverde, some question for the winner of this race.
Just one only question. How are you gonna celebrate this championship? Because it's been a long season, a difficult day too. You were trailing for 30 points before this race, and now you are the champion. So how are you going to separate the title? Maybe some.
Champagne and spaghetti.
Pretty Italian, the last thing.
Yeah.
Nice celebration, huh?
Anything more, Valerio?
That's the ideal celebration for me. Spaghetti and champagne, that'll do. That'll do it nicely.
I want to join the party, the Williams party right now.
Maybe.
You know what? Me too.
As we can.
Thank you guys, thank you so much. Grazie.
Pues ahí están las declaraciones
Well, I
de
think that's
Valerio
going
Galo.
to
Me
wrap it
estaba
up
chivando
for
Chejo. Pon el...
Gaio there, who had a pretty dominant race when it's all said and done. And I mean, the Williams there, again, they had that strategy on the last
ahí
lap,
están
and
las
they
cosas, así
did
es
it to
como ha
perfection,
quedado
Fonso.
el campeonato. Buonasera Valerio,
Yeah.
grazie mille per la interview. Dividiamo
Grazie a voi.
prossimo campionato.
Okay, I will be there.
Celebrate with caution. Don't get too wasted tonight.
Celebrate with caution. Wise words there. Everyone.
If you drink, don't drive.
I don't have the
Waste
license,
your tires.
so I'm getting it. Hopefully I can still drink.
Okay. See you next championship. Thanks for coming with us. You're one of the most fast drivers in the world of Gran Turismo. Good
Thank
luck
you,
for
guys.
this World Tour. I was wishing Koke and Nico good luck. Same to you for this World Tour wherever it comes. If
Sure,
it's
sure.
online, if it's on some location, and we will be cheering. We will be rooting for every driver that drives in this championship for sure. So we'll be a little bit more with the Spaniards, but we will cheer. We will be happy. We will drink if you win also.
All right.
Bye, Valerio. See you next season.
Grazie. Thank you guys. Thank you for everything. Good night.
Bye.
See you. See you.
Y
Bueno,
para terminar,
this is
vamos
the
con
end.
Bruno Rodríguez. Bruno Rodríguez,
We
buenas
have
noches.
one more driver here.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches.
¿Tienes cámara, Bruno?
Sí, dame un segundito que silencio
Bruno
a
is
Alfonso.
one of the team managers of UCAM
No,
University.
eso,
No, todos los días. No.
Hay veces que nos gustaría hacerlo más a menudo a nosotros.
Bueno, para aquí estamos.
Pues si tenemos cámara, tenemos cámara. Estás exultante, Bruno. ¿Qué te pasa?
UCAM, he
Vamos,
gets
estamos muy contentos.
the
Estamos muy
podium, the
contentos, la
third
verdad,
position.
que, qué tensión, qué
in
carrerón.
the
qué carrerón,
treatment. Sadly
mismo,
for
vamos,
Offset
el
Esports that they make
palpitando,
also a
medio
very
sudando,
championship. So
estamos
let's
muy contentos
Here, Bruno.
todo el squad de UCAM y
He said he's
la verdad es que ahora ya
very-
más
very,
relajados,
very happy
pero el
for
objetivo
sure.
se ha cumplido.
he
Pues
and all
decía,
the staff
¿qué
from
te
UCAM.
pasa, muchacho? ¿Qué te pasa? Pues ahí lo tienen. Que nosotros estábamos enzarzados con la victoria del campeonato de Nico Romero.
Monty is telling
Nico Romero
happened the same for
Coque,
us that we
Valerio,
are
Lolo
watching
Ríos,
the
y nos habíamos olvidado un poquito de
the
que
battle
UCAM y Offset
victory
estaban peleando
and
por
we
la tercera
forget
posición,
about
que es
the
un podio
UCAM
para
and
UCAM y
Offset.
Sports, el equipo de la Universidad Católica de Murcia, creo que lo he dicho bien, que son terceros en el temporada de debut en los rookies. Los rookies vienen fuertes, Valverde.
Los rookies vienen fuertes, los
This
murcianos venimos
championship
siempre fuertes.
gets surprise every time, every moment.
¿Qué te ha parecido el campeonato, Bruno, para ser la primera vez que...
What do you think about the
conocéis
championship,
un poquito,
Bruno?
pero
Is Monty
cuéntanos un
asking.
poco tus impresiones.
La verdad es que, bueno, un campeonato este ha sido muy completo.
A
Hemos
very
tenido de todo en
complete
la
championship.
fase
We
de
have
clasificación,
every
en la
situation
fase de grupos. Vamos,
in
el tema de
the
poner además justo
regular stage.
dos coches un día y un coche con todos otro día, creo que es un acierto. Porque da mucho espectáculo, da mucho codo a codo el jugar con
He's saying
las
that the
clasificaciones.
format,
Una semana
the
es con unos, otras
kind
semanas
of
con otros.
races in 2 days
Para
is,
nosotros nos ha parecido un acierto.
is good.
Y vamos, la fase de grupo, bueno, la fase final, perdón. Vamos, ha sido de mucho entrenamiento, mucho sufrir, sobre todo con el setup de Fuji, sobre todo con el
A
Aston
lot
Martin,
of training
pero
for these finals, also
ahora
with
ya
2 different cars
contentos,
on
vamos
the
a
track.
relajar un poco, a coger fuerzas y a intentar ya la próxima temporada
And now
estar más
some rest
cerquita de
to
Williams y
get,
de Euromaster. Que,
even stronger for the
ahora,
next
ahora
season.
mismo es el siguiente objetivo, sin descuidar a nadie que venga por debajo, que seguro que viene gente muy rápida.
Sí, para el año va a haber sorpresas, para la Season 3.
And watch out because
Y
more
bueno,
drivers and
no
more
sé si os va a durar mucho ese
teams
tercer
are
puesto, pero
coming
el año que viene espero que
with
estéis
anger
ahí
to win.
dando espectáculo. La enhorabuena a todo tu equipo, porque sois
Muchas
un
gracias.
equipazo. Eric, Joaquín, Waki, Bruno, Fastlab, ¿qué más que me dejo?
Juancar, Abraham, Ruichi y Antonio.
Ruichi y Antonio.
As we said,
Rookies,
UCAN eSports is one of the most important eSports club in Spain. He are also in the main league of Legends
Sí,
here in
efectivamente,
Spain.
Brian, se me olvidaba a mí,
This
se
is
me olvidaba a mí.
the first experience with the sim
Brian.
racing,
No tengo papeles, yo
so
voy
Radio
very
Brian.
good for them.
Thinking English. Y nada, que es bueno que una estructura de eSports como UCAM apoye el sim racing, porque esto no puede significar otra cosa que darle a otros
Conti
equipos
saying
que
that
pelean
it's a
como
very
UCAM
good thing that
en
the
otras competiciones también se
traditional
venga
or
para
important
MotoGP.
eSport club, not
Y
only
tener más espectáculo, tener cada vez
sim
más
racing
recursos,
friends
y
team
que el sim racing
for
en España,
saying
que tiene una afición
so quickly.
estupenda y
It's a very good
grandísima,
thing that
que con esto del
structures
coronavirus
and
estamos
companies
ahí ya
like
con la
that
F1, ¿eh? A nada
enter
nos
in the
vamos a
sim
hacer
racing.
mainstream.
Ojalá llegar
Sector.
ahí a muchísimos espectadores y va a ir haciendo más grande. Ojalá.
and
Valverde,
make the
una
sim
preguntilla
racing
para los terceros.
bigger and bigger with the
Una
help of
preguntilla para los
everyone.
terceros. Yo sé que exactamente como tal no sois novatos en esto del mundo GT precisamente, pero sí quiero preguntarte, venir con la etiqueta de novato y quedar tercero, ¿cómo se siente? ¿Cómo
Now Valverde
¿Cómo
is
se
saying
queda?
that, well,
Bueno,
you are where
se
the
sienta bien,
a
a
rookie
ver.
team
Sí, es
and
verdad
gets
de
the
que
third
no venimos
place,
de novatos,
but
pero sí venimos de
the team
novatos
is
en unas
rookie, but the
finales.
drivers
Es verdad
aren't
que pilotos
rookie
como
because
Joaquín
they were in
o Eric ya
another
están en finales,
teams
porque son pilotazos,
and make a very
pero
good
sí que
result.
el resto de la estructura veníamos, vamos, de división de oro prácticamente hace un año y hemos ido subiendo todos el nivel poquito a poquito, intentaremos seguir subiéndolo y vamos, sienta de maravilla y ahora mismo tengo ganas de ir por el
He's so
champán,
proud
irme
because
a
some of the
Guatemala,
drivers
aquí, a
became
Escuadra,
from the
hacer
second
una llamada
division of
grupal
the
y
super
celebrarlo.
competition
Bueno,
and
ya has despejado la bebida. No,
they are
no
here
tengo que
now.
hacer la pregunta de si acaba el champán.
Ahí está enfriando.
Pues nada, trasládale a tus compañeros de nuestra parte, de toda la parte de la organización, nuestra gratitud por competir, por apostar también por el formato de competición de Mundo GT, porque todos juntos nos hacemos más fuertes y gracias por el tremendo espectáculo que dais siempre, porque sois un equipo a tener en cuenta. Eric ha tenido unas carreras en la fase de grupo espectaculares con unas remontadas tremendas y siempre tenéis buenos pilotos y siempre dais espectáculo. Así que nada, un mensaje tuyo para los patrocinadores, para los compis.
Last message.
Lo primero, dar las gracias a UCAM por todo el apoyo, porque la verdad es que
Thank you
nos
to
tratan de
UCAM for the
maravilla.
support.
Somos unos privilegiados en
Marvelous.
este aspecto.
They are so
Y
privileged
sobre
to
todo
come with
gracias a
them.
todo el squad de Bruce Garas está detrás de también en los entrenos, que aunque somos al final una plantilla que ha entrado en UCAM, pero son muchos pilotos que ayudan día a día en Bruce Garas a hacernos todos más fuertes. Y sin más, darles gracias a todos porque, vamos, somos una pequeñita familia que ha ido creciendo y que ahora mismo pues somos una gran familia que
Almost all the
simplemente
teams
queremos
are like
estar todos
families.
juntos.
Pues nada, a ver si nos
You enjoy
juntamos todas
the
las
sim
grandes
racing
familias,
together.
las de la organización, las de los equipos en un evento presencial,
Hay ganas.
porque se echa de menos. Yo creo que la tensión de las carreras
And
está
now
bien,
they
pero
are
luego
talking
el
about
tercer tiempo,
our
como en el rugby,
final
ahí es
presential
donde-
events
donde se hace
in
donde
a
se hace
very
grande
big
las competiciones
fairs,
de Mundo GT.
eSport fairs like
Bruno,
DreamHack
te
and
tengo que
another here in
abandonar.
Spain.
Enhorabuena por el resultado. Nos
It's
vemos en la
warmer
próxima
than
temporada.
online, but
Muchas gracias, nos vemos en la próxima.
Hasta luego.
and see in the next.
Valverde,
Dígame, doctor.
vamos a llamar ahí
So,
a Afonso y a
Kiran,
Kiran.
I guess
A
they
ver
are
si
they are
esta
calling
vez
us to
viene.
join for
Ir viniendo,
the
chavales.
ending of the broadcast.
Oh,
So-
are they? Oh, okay.
Come with
We
us,
wait
baby.
you.
They are calling us,
Yup.
Kiran, to join the
Okay.
final.
Okay.
You are in the air tonight, like Phil Collins. I can feel it coming in.
What's up, guys?
Hello. Also,
Madre mía,
It was a wet
I'm
it was
sweating
also
a
a
lot.
wet dream.
I'm sweating a lot, my man.
Great English from Oviedo, from our boss, Afonso. Good night.
Bueno, lo estábamos.
8 points for Asturias.
It was good English from me as well, I have to say. So.
we have a
Chicos,
little mixture between Spanish and English, and we're not
se
speaking
acaba,
Spanish.
se acaba el campeonato.
Mundo
¿Qué
YouTube.
hacemos, Fonso?
Pues nada, habrá que descansar de este final de infarto que lo comentaba con Kiran, que es el último que recuerdo de tanta intensidad. Quizás en Gran Turismo 5 habría un final así también que fue por un punto, pero espeluznante el show que nos han dado los dos pilotos de Williams y los dos pilotos de Euromaster. una lástima nos ha pasado como a vosotros, que por culpa de ellos cuatro, de ese pedazo de final, nos hemos olvidado un poco también de Offset, que estaba haciendo unas grandísimas finales, y Ucan ahí a la chita callando, se les ha colado. Yo que eso quiero verlo repetido de nuevo, a ver cómo ha sido. Y nada, o sea, unas finales para el recuerdo. Historia del Sim Racing viva ahora mismo.
Pues el mejor campeonato de Mundo GT hasta la fecha roja. Hasta la fecha, hoy toca a su fin. Cada día vamos siendo más grandes. We have Kieran now in the family for the English stream. Every day we're growing bigger, and next step, la Casa Blanca, que decía aquel. Dale, Fonso, despídenos, porfa.
Yeah, maybe Kieran has to say some words about what he think about this competition.
Mi español no es bueno. But I'll do my best in English. No, I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic racing from start to finish, and especially with the strategy, you didn't really know which way it was going to turn.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 drivers on the hard tyres on the final lap was absolutely amazing to watch. And yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Williams, they started, 30 points behind. They're 6 points ahead now. Obviously, all stewards' inquiries impending and whatnot. But no, I've really enjoyed it. Glad you guys have trusted me with the English commentary. You've done a professional job as always. It's great to be a part of the team at last.
Thank you, Kieran. It was a pleasure to commentate or something like that with you these 2 nights. Hope to see you in the future. Y bueno, Monty, pues para despedir, pues nada, tenemos que acordarnos aquí de mucha gente. Que empezaremos por los patrocinadores de esta temporada, por BenQ, por Thrumaster, por El Gato, por Yovalue, que recordamos que aquí en la SCE había un prize pool de más de 1.000 euros de premio, pero es que en toda la temporada, entre lo que es el tema económico y el tema de producto, hemos superado los 6.000 euros de premios en una temporada, auténtico récord, una temporada de récord en este año del 10º aniversario. Después, como no, ya no solo a estos 7 finalistas, sino a los 14 equipos, que desde el primer momento, pues sé que ellos han intentado, nosotros intentamos hacerlo mejor siempre, y ellos también han intentado ponerlo lo más fácil posible a nosotros. Ya sabéis que el Sim Racing muchas veces no es fácil para nadie, pero como bien decías, Monty, yo creo que ha sido la mejor supercompetición hasta la fecha posiblemente. Y darle la enhorabuena a eso, tanto a los equipos participantes, equipos finalistas, a los pilotos que son unos auténticos pilotazos. Aquí tenemos unos cuantos en la FIA, Gran Turismo, pero bueno, si se clasificasen de otra manera, seguro que habría muchos más pilotos de aquí en esta competición. Y nada, también, como no, pues un saludo a Albert Fábrega. Una lástima que no haya estado aquí en estas finales, que después de estar con él.
Una lástima que haya vuelto a la Fórmula 1.
Sí, que no es una lástima,
menor, que es la Fórmula 1.
Y quitándonos protagonismo, vaya por Dios, y a Fábrega. Bueno, y a todo el equipo de Mundo GT, a vosotros dos por estar ahí siempre al pie del cañón, y a todos los que no estamos viendo, también el trabajo ahí entre bambalinas. Y nada, ahora coger un poco todos de aire. Agosto un poco de descanso, pero que a la vuelta volvemos con más fuerza que nunca, con la última temporada de este 10º aniversario. Queremos hacer algo todavía más grande que esta temporada, de séptimo de octubre hasta diciembre.
Si tienes cámara te pongo.
No estoy muy presentable, no estaba preparado.
No. Alfonso, tú no estás presentable. ¿Y cuándo estoy yo presentable?
Oye, si queréis que dé la cara, la doy, que luego que no se diga.
Da la cara. Da la cara, venga.
Hoy ¿aquí está para darle un botón? Aquí está, a ver dónde está. Ahí está. Tapa la publi.
Sí, la publi. La publi está que no se vea, ¿no? ¿Qué tal, amigos? Pues sí, este es el que habla. Y yo, pues nada, de aventura ahí con el idioma inglés. He hecho un poco lo de codido. Y nada, amigos. Yo me tendré que volver a ver las finales. Ya las he visto en inglés, ahora los veré en castellano. A ver cómo los habéis vivido vosotros.
Bájale el volumen porque creo que en algún momento me ha dicho alguien por línea interna que estaba gritando un poquito nada más.
Todos. Es que ha habido unos cuantos momentos que han sido de...
Hostias,
de gritar.
es que si no se gritan estas carreras ya, madre mía.
Yo he habido un momento que no me tira al suelo porque tiro el portátil.
Pues nada más, yo ya creo, bueno, a mí no me gusta mucho acordarme de la gente porque siempre te olvidas de alguien, pero bueno, más o menos, yo creo que he hecho un buen repaso antes. Así que nada más, por mi parte.
Pues como decía Ana Belén, por mi parte, pues por parte de Afonso, esas han sido las declaraciones. Valverde, una despedida a tu altura. que eres grande de Zeti, este big boy.
Bueno, pues nada, yo como siempre, ya lo sabéis, soy un auténtico mandado. A mí lo que me pidáis, para allí estaré. He tenido que poner estos 2 días en los zapatos de Albert Fabrega, unos zapatos complicados de rellenar. Espero haber estado a la altura por lo menos de lo que se espera de mí. Y nada, pues como ya ha dicho Fonso, emplazaros a septiembre, octubre aproximadamente, que será cuando sea la siguiente temporada de Mundo GT de este 10º aniversario. Y ahí estaré. Yo siempre lo digo, que tal y como tengo planeada mi vida es un poco difícil estar. Siempre que puedo lo hago. Estoy para ustedes, los señores de Mundo GT, señor Fonso, señor Monty, Kieran, now too, y sobre todo para los señores espectadores. Estoy mirando para la derecha porque para mí estáis a la derecha. Un saludo y hasta la siguiente.
Pues muchas gracias, Valverde. Yo, con el permiso del jefe, voy a despedir esta retransmisión. Thanks to Kieran for giving us... ¿Quieres decir algo más?
Sí,
Venga,
pero déjame una última cosa. Haz una predespedida, despides tú, pero una penúltima cosa la tengo que decir yo.
La predespedida es antes de la boda, así que todavía no toca. Cuenta.
No, decía, es que durante esta carrera me estuve acordando de bueno, un muy buen amigo nuestro y tengo que parafrasearlo. Y durante la carrera, es que si hubiese estado con vosotros en cabina, os hubiese dicho: me vais a tener que perdonar que yo diga esto, perdonadme, pero estoy flipando, estaba flipando con la carrera, el gran Chejo siempre presente, el más grande.
El gran Chejem. Pues sí, un abrazo muy grande a Chejo, porque es uno de los pilares de Mundo GT. Sin él esto no sería posible.
Y feliz cumpleaños a Alberto Medina, ya que estamos, Alberto, que no ha estado presente en esta temporada, pero sí en tropecientas de la supercompetición, así que le han dado un buen regalo de cumpleaños los pilotos.
Sí, señor, una carrera para el recuerdo. Y ahora sí, señoras y señores, nos vemos en la próxima temporada de Mundo GT. Gracias a los que nos veis, gracias a los que nos apoyan, gracias a los pilotos por competir y a los equipos por confiar en la forma que tenemos en Mundo GT, quizás quiso decir Mundo GT, en Mundo GT, de hacer las carreras. Gracias porque vuestro apoyo, el de todas estas partes, el de los patrocinadores también, nos empujan un poquito a sobrellevar los malos momentos que hay de siempre detrás de una organización, porque no todos son, esto es un jardín de rosas, y nos ayuda a empujarnos un poquito a seguir adelante y hacer las cosas, como diría Carlos Sainz, un poquito mejor. Siempre se puede hacer un poquito mejor. Entonces ha sido una grandísima temporada, súper orgulloso por la parte que me toca como uno de estos miembros del staff, y espero que la próxima temporada sea algo que haga historia, y si las circunstancias mundiales lo permiten, ahí estaremos dando el 120% para que el 10º aniversario del Mundo GT acabe fuera de la cámara, ahí arriba. Así que nada, nos vemos en octubre. Pasamos lista. Gracias, Fonso, gracias, Valverde, thank you, Kieran, thank you everybody, gracias a todo el mundo. Spasibo Bolshoi, a todos los rusos también. Nos vemos en la próxima edición de la Super Competición de Escuderías. Pasamos lista. Adiós.